Welcome to AI Brief, episode 157. I'm Amine.
And I'm Leah. We're doing a deep dive today, looking at some really interesting moves in the AI space, trying to pull out what really matters from the latest news.
Yeah, our goal is just to cut through the noise for you. We've got a few key things on the list. The New York Times' first AI licensing deal, and who they picked is interesting.
Then there's a new image editing model from Black Forest Labs focusing on speed and consistency.
Plus, a big first. An AI system getting its own research paper accepted at a top academic conference independently.
And we'll round things out with other AI news and some trending tools you might want to check out.
Okay, let's jump right in. First up, this New York Times and Amazon deal. This really stood out because, well, the Times has been a major holdout, right?
Exactly. One of the last big journalism players really resisting AI licensing. They're actively suing OpenAI and Microsoft over using their content.
So for them to sign their first AI licensing deal now,
Yeah.
and specifically with Amazon, that's pretty significant.
It definitely signals a shift. Maybe even the staunchest critics are seeing the landscape change.
So the deal itself, it's multi-year. Covers the main NYT site content, but also NYT cooking the recipes and The Athletic for sports.
And Amazon's side. They'll use this content across their platforms, think Alexa, for instance. But importantly, they have to provide attribution and links back to the Times.
They want to keep that path open for readers, it seems.
Right. It seems like a way to preserve the reader experience, or at least try to.
Why does this matter? Well, it shows how news outlets are adapting, looking for new ways to get their content out there, new revenue streams maybe, as you know how we all consume news keeps changing.
And the choice of Amazon over, say, OpenAI or Google is definitely curious, strategically interesting.
So for you listening, you might start asking Alexa for a recipe and get one straight from NYT Cooking, for example. Keep an eye out.
Okay, moving on from text to images. Black Forest Labs has this new model called FLUX.1 Kontext.
And what makes this one different? I gather it understands both text and images.
Exactly. It processes both together, so you can edit images just using simple text commands, natural language.
Okay.
And the big claim, the really standout part, is speed. They're saying it allows for targeted edits up to 8 times faster than some rivals because of this joint processing.
8 times.
Wow.
And they're focusing on consistency too,
Yeah.
right? Like character preservation. Sometimes AI images change the person slightly with each edit.
That's a key focus, maintaining details, keeping characters consistent across multiple edits or style changes. It's supposed to be better at local edits, style transfer, that kind of thing, without messing up the core subject. They have 2 versions out, Pro for speed, Max for like higher quality and detail, especially with typography. And there's a web platform, Playground, for businesses to try it.
So it sounds like they're positioning it as a step up for anyone who's been frustrated by AI image tools losing consistency during editing.
Precisely.
All right, now this next one feels like a really major milestone. Intology AI system, Zochi.
Ah, yes. This is fascinating. It's not just AI assisting research. Zochi is apparently the first AI to independently get a peer-reviewed academic paper accepted.
Independently is the keyword, and not just any journal, right?
No, at ACL 2025. That's an A-star conference, which, basically means top tier in natural language processing. Acceptance there is a very high bar.
So what did Zochi actually do? The reports say it handled the whole research process itself.
Yeah, analyzing existing papers, figuring out what experiments to run, running them, and then writing the actual manuscript.
Wow. The paper's called Tempest, looking at multi-turn jailbreaking, ways people try to trick AI.
And it performed well, got a 4.0 meta review score, putting it in the top, 8.2% of all submissions to ACL that year.
And the autonomy level is what's striking. Human input was apparently just for minor formatting fixes. It identified the research gap, designed the method, validated it, all on its own.
Intology says they plan to release Zochi in beta eventually, maybe as a sort of collaborative research tool or co-pilot to start.
But still, this is a huge step for agentic systems. An AI conducting original science that passes rigorous peer review. That could, fundamentally change the pace of discovery. Imagine AI researchers working alongside human teams.
It really opens up possibilities. Okay, let's shift gears slightly and cover some of the other things happening in AI this week.
Right, like Perplexity Labs. For their Pro subscribers, they're adding more agentic features. The research mode time limit is up 10 minutes now instead of 3.
And they gave an example like asking it to devise a stock trading strategy. The tool apparently went off, gathered data, built a whole dashboard with charts, recommendations, doing more complex multi-step work for you.
Then there's voice cloning. It's getting scarily good, isn't it? Hard to tell AI from human.
Definitely. Resemble AI put out Chatterbox, an open source model. It apparently clones any voice from just 5 seconds of audio.
5 seconds.
And in their tests, users actually preferred its output over 11 Labs almost 64% of the time.
Huh. And Hume's EVI3 is another one making waves.
Yeah, it sounds incredibly human, expresses emotion like anxiety or enthusiasm, and it even picks up on the emotion in your voice to adjust how it responds. Very nuanced.
Okay, here's one that developers are buzzing about. DeepSeek released an update, R1, calling it minor.
But the benchmarks tell a different story. According to artificial analysis, it's not minor at all.
Right. It's now testing ahead of Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro and Anthropic's Claude 4 Sonnet. It's tied with OpenAI's O3 model for second place overall, only behind their O4 Mini-High.
That's a significant jump. Seems the improvements are mainly in coding, math, and scientific reasoning.
And they also quietly released a smaller version.
Yeah, an 8 billion parameter fine-tuned model. It outperforms Gemini 2.5 Flash on some benchmarks, but it's efficient enough you could potentially run it on a single high-end GPU.
So DeepSeek calling it minor while releasing these powerful models. It definitely has people wondering what their bigger plan is, maybe for R2.
Makes you think.
All right, a few other quick hits. Tencent.
They released HunyuanVideo-Avatar. Open source, turns still images into short videos, adds sound too.
Manus introduced Manus Slides, lets their agent system create tailored slide decks autonomously.
Kuaishou has Kling 2.1, a new video model. They claim it competes with Google's VO3 on dynamics and following prompts.
The Factory, that Sequoia-backed startup, opened access to their Droids, calling them the world's first software development agents, showing off what they can build.
And finally, Meta's making moves in the physical world, planning actual retail stores for VR headsets and smart glasses. Oh, and they just crossed 1 billion monthly active users.
Busy week. Okay, let's wrap with some trending AI tools you might find interesting.
Quick rundown. DeepSeek R1, the upgraded model we just talked about.
Neon, that's Oppa's new agentic web browser.
Gemini in Drive lets you summarize and query videos you've got stored in Google Drive.
Retool Agents helps turn your APIs and data into things AI workers can use.
Everlyn, an AI vision agent for making videos and images quickly.
SkedX, this one's for sales, an AI agent that calls visitors, answers questions, qualifies leads, books meetings, routes them, all automated.
Wondero lets you write, produce, even publish songs just by talking to the AI.
Inclado uses AI to help you search for people globally for sales, hiring, or research.
So that's a snapshot of the AI landscape this week, from big media deals changing how content is used to tools getting faster and more consistent, and these really fundamental leaps in AI performing independent research.
Yeah, the pace is just relentless. And seeing systems like Zochi achieve what they have, it really makes you think about how work, research, discovery, how all of that might change in the near future.
Absolutely. If you want to keep up with these developments, definitely follow this deep dive.
And if you found this useful, please do share it with a friend or colleague. It's the best way to help others stay in the loop, too.